I've already finished investigating today. Helps if you push the right command. That's right, I have to investigate again tomorrow. Once I'm done looking things up, I should go to bed early. I think it's looking things up. I hear the rumble of something heavy moving around as I'm half asleep. Is someone here? My brain is too sluggish for thought. I couldn't say how long I slept. I remember it being dawn, but... A loud noise makes me spring upright. Young eyes are staring at me. I'm so sorry. I woke you up. Suzu, what are you doing here? The room was messy, so I thought I'd clean it up for you. Sorry I didn't ask for permission first. That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, are you awake? Jeez, are you a little too careless? Christy, you're here too? She shrugs and sighs dramatically, very nearly rolling her eyes at me. You left the front door unlocked. Were you out investigating until late? It's not good to sleep on the sofa. I guess I didn't have the energy to make it up to my bedroom last night. Was I that tired? Yeah, something like that. Take better care of yourself. Oh, do you want some coffee? No, I'm fine for now. More importantly, why are you here? Christy glances over at me and huffs. I'm dropping off reports for Mr. Detective. Mr. Detective? It must be research for Mashida's case. I prefer to call him Defective, but maybe that's just me. But who'd have thought Christy would listen to a request from Mashida? That man is the worst. The attitude he had when asking for a favor. If I didn't owe you, I'd have flat out told him no. Guess she didn't agree because she wanted to. I understand, but why is Suzu here too? I told her about my visit and invited her. We exchanged numbers a while back. Yes, she certainly surprised me, suddenly asking to be friends. It's the first time I've been friends with an adult. Christy whispers to me. I mean, I can't help but be worried. I have to make sure that creepy otaku isn't doing anything weird to her. She has a point. They go after children sometimes. So that's why. She was worried because Ada's so forward. No, more likely because Suzu is too innocent. But I'm a little relieved. You didn't seem very well when I was here before, so I've been worried. I'm much better now. I'm glad to hear that. I wish Ada could have come with us, but he's working at the factory today. It sounds like Ada started working seriously. It's never too late to start something. I hope he tries hard. So, moving on to the matter at hand. You heard how the owner of that hotel went missing, right? I have connections with the copy editor of that article, so I asked her. And sure enough, her expression clouds over. The hotel and rumors of its illegal services were juicy news for the media. They even knew that there was a mediator organization managing it. The reporters looking into the flow of cash actually got some concrete proof. This telling of the story is fascinating because Christy used to be in the media herself. The things recorded in the guest books we found may have been connected. But before we talk more about it... Suzu, sorry, but would you mind doing more cleaning? I've been putting it off for a long time, so the second floor is a giant mess too. So are we gonna have her clean up the bloodstain? Just saying. Okay, I can do that. I'll borrow your cleaning supplies then. Suzu skips up the stairs. Christy seems to immediately catch on. Not exactly the top of her kid's ears, huh? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No, it really is messy up there. Anyway, tell me more. Yeah, so the media at the time should have been pursuing the heart of the matter, but... It's like this case was hardly reported on. The media caught one of the stories, so the police should have been briefed on it as well. And yet, what took place in Masquerade is shrouded in darkness. That... I should have did a typo count. I'm gonna do that for the sequel if I play that one. It seems something's behind all this. Behind? How do you mean? I don't know if this is true or not, but they had a whole list of all of the Masquerade's customers. Famous politicians and businessmen were on it. And that reporter who got the proof up and went missing. A number of freelancers on the case also went missing, apparently. Those are only the words I can find to describe it. You're telling me. It's an outrage to silence those who are seeking the truth. It's bad, but it'd be at least a little better if it was the work of regular humans. The work of regular humans? What do you mean by that? Exactly what it sounds like. The truth is. I tell Christy about what happened yesterday. What we found in the hotel and what happened to Hiro. The color drains from Christy's face until she's as white as a sheet. Suzu, we're leaving. With her sudden yell, Christy stands up and prepares to leave. What? What's wrong? No one told me. What? No one said a single thing about spirits like that being involved. I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I'm never going to face a spirit again. And I'm not just thinking about me. I don't want Suzu going through that either. Thinking about it, it makes sense. No one has the right to drag Christy and Suzu into a case like this, especially me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you involved. The research you've done is enough, so don't concern yourself about it anymore. Christy looks at me in stunned surprise. No, I should be the one apologizing. I owe you. You did everything you could to save us. But we... Is something the matter? Suzu re-enters the room, head tilted in confusion. I just remembered something I have to do, so we need to leave. Sorry. You can keep cleaning next time, okay? Okay, I understand. Suzu nods, though she looks suspicious. She's very perceptive. She has to have picked up the strained air between us. Well then, see you, Mr. Light. Right. Thanks for coming all this way. You were a great help. I'm very grateful. Christy quickly bows to me, her expression inscrutable. Excuse us. I'll come again sometime, okay? Suzu puts her hands together and bows politely. Then she whispers in my ear so Christy can't overhear. I'm so sorry. I caught a little bit of what you were talking about earlier. So I contacted Ada. I'm sure he'll be helpful. Oh. To be honest, I can't imagine Ada being very useful. But Suzu has good intentions, so I nod. Thanks, that helps. I do my best to smile as I see them out of the mansion. I need to get ready soon and head out. So we have Christy's information. So who do we have with us this time? I didn't think it would go for 2 days straight. But it's sprinkling again tonight. Gotta set the mood for the investigation, huh? Mother Nature is just taunting me. As the time comes to get the search started, 2 figures finally appear. Hey, right on time. Did you get any sleep? Daimon looks exhausted, probably as a result of everything that happened last night.
Hello! 今日はわしの出番じゃないシクヤロー
Howdy, it's my turn today. Do this, we shall. Banshee. Honestly, never expected Banshee Ito to come help. But he definitely has some spiritual powers. Yasuoka's judgment is on point. But more importantly, how is Hiro doing? She's stable, she's showing no adverse symptoms. But she has regained consciousness and she's exhausted a lot of energy. Even being optimistic, it isn't good. At this rate, her life could be in danger. Is that so? I was prepared for bad news, but the situation sounds exceedingly dire laid out like that. The problem is we don't know the cause. We suspect poison, but without knowing what kind, there's nothing we can do. What's worse is we can't find a puncture wound for the injection point. You can't give her serum. Isn't that normally what you give patients when there's poison? Daimon looks exasperated, or rather, frustrated as he shakes his head. So, just try random antitoxins? Sure, if you want to kill her, go ahead. Even if we could get our hands on the poison, it'd take time to create the serum. We'd be too late. So there's nothing we can do. If we just had something, some kind of clue. Another typo. I look up at the hotel bathed in a sea of neon. There isn't much hope, but we cannot despair either. Oh, that's right, just so you know. Daimon looks over at me. There was no mark on Hiro's body. I see. Which means that the nightmare isn't starting again. I sigh in relief, the frozen chunk of fear in my chest melting away. I did some investigating on that myself, actually. I went to the warehouse last night. And what did you find? Nothing had changed. That Paolonia box was still sealed. Is that right? Well, that's good. That's the first good news I've heard in a while. Come on, you two. How long are you gonna stand around chit-chatting? Let's get going already. Right. Sorry for making you wait. This is everyone for today, right? I hesitate for a second as Ada comes to mind. But this is all of us. Let's get started. Good. Time to get a move on. Quick, before Ada shows up. He's so energetic that's more worrying than reassuring. Why is Banshee this fired up? Just an FYI, old man. This place may be abandoned, but stealing is a crime. An ex-detective gave us the request. If you do anything illegal... How dare you? I don't go around stealing things. I'm helping out of the goodness of my heart. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's get to searching. Sounds like Diamond hit the bullseye. Banshee rushes ahead into the hotel as if trying to get away. As troublesome as ever. Well, he's at least reliable at times like these. By the way, Light, may I ask you to do something for me? No need to be so formal about it. If something were to happen to me, please move Hiro to another hospital at once. I've spoken to another doctor I know. Okay. Then if I start acting strangely, I'll leave myself in your hands, Daimon. Yes, of course. And what will we do if we're both done in? Good question. Guess it'll be up to that grumpy detective. Right, let's have him take care of it. Come on, we can't let that guy wander alone. And if you're traveling with me, Daimon, I insist you keep your clothes on. It's sad I have to put that as a disclaimer. Whoa, it's still a little fancy in here. Banshee's cheerful voice hits us as soon as we step inside. Maybe I can make this my second home. Oh, what's this glass case about? Talking to himself, he starts rummaging around. I already warned you once, old man, we're not here to play. I don't think Banshee's listening. As Banshee putters around by himself, he reminds me of what happened to Hiro yesterday. You better keep your clothes on too, old man. We should stick together as much as possible. It's dangerous to go alone. Yeah, you're right. Hey, old man, are you listening? I have ears. He hears us all right, but clearly won't listen. Good grief. So, Light, you searched up to the 3rd floor yesterday, which means we should look through the 4th floor and above today. Yeah, that's right, but... Is there a problem with that plan? When we went up the stairs to the 4th floor, we just ended up back on the 3rd again. I told him about the mysterious phenomenon we encountered yesterday. Are you sure you weren't just confused? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was real. Then we're in trouble. Is there no other way to get to the 4th floor? What are you talking about? There's a way right over there. Easy. Banshee unexpectedly butts in. What do you mean? That thing right there, see? Do you bumpkins not know what an elevator is? Daimon lets out an irritated groan. Old man, you know elevators need electricity to work, don't you? Do you think this hotel has any power? If there isn't any, then all you have to do is make it so that there is. There are devices that control electricity. I should know. I'm an expert. Oh, really? Is that so? Daimon sighs. I think he's lost the will to argue. Guess I'll just have to find the device thing myself, then. He heads off, and after I told him not to wander away from the others. I just ask you not to go off by yourself. Banshee, I'm begging you, stay... I don't get to finish my sentence. A splitting pain pierces my head and I fall to my knees. Light, what's wrong? My head, suddenly. Do you get chronic migraines? Do you have any medicine on you? No, I don't think that's it. My head is just throbbing. A pulsing headache. If you don't have any medicine, then icing it is best. I'll go buy something from the vending machine. Sit here until I come back. Don't try to stand. You could fall over. I sink to the floor, unable to even reply. Do they seriously have everything in vending machines in Japan? Before long, Daimon returns with a cold bottle of water, but... Strangely enough, my headache completely vanished while he was gone. It's hard to believe that a pain that intense would disappear so easily, but it did. So that's a big clue we're supposed to be here alone. Daimon doesn't seem particularly surprised when I tell him. No, it's not that odd. After all, we haven't clarified what caused the headache in the first place. I'm sure it's just exhaustion. You didn't sleep much yesterday, did you? That's true. I can't exactly say I got much rest. When you're under continuous stress, it's possible to get sudden headaches. Once you get home, you should take a bath or something and relax. Okay, I'll try that. Well, that's common sense, but it carries weight coming from a doctor. By the way, Daimon looks around puzzled. Where's old man Banshee? Huh? I whip my head around searching, but Banshee is nowhere to be found. Jeez, already? I give up. We don't need him. He might not hinder our investigation now, but I'm still worried about him. But there's nothing we can do. We'll let him do what he wants. As long as it's a proper investigation, the detective should have no complaints. Yeah, let's go. Plus, didn't we kind of take more than he did? If you look in my bag, just saying. So I'm going to try to go through these and search for any new clues. There are iron bars covering the window. The sturdy iron bars seem to be a little much if they're only there to stop people from falling. I put one hand on the bed and lean my weight on it. The spring simply creaks fruitlessly. The toilet is spewing the horrid stench of sewage. Disgusting. In my search to see if anything is inside, I only get dust on my fingers. So this room was a bust? I should look at the pictures and see if they're still the same. A Venetian mask with a creepy expression hangs on the wall. Were they hung there to match the hotel's theme? It's still really creepy. I see what looks like paper under the bed. It's a square, brightly colored plastic object. I can't see the whole thing, so I can't tell what it is. I try pulling on it, but it doesn't budge. I'll have to lift the bed up a little more if I want to get it out. What do you think? Can you lift this? Well, I can at least hold it up. I'll just have to give it a try. Make sure you don't hurt your back. 1, 2, 3. We both lift the bed up together. I manage to drag the object out with my foot. I've got it. We can put it down now. I worked up a sweat. So what'd you find? Contraceptive. Strange it hasn't been found until now. Well, at least it hasn't been used. That's putting it mildly. Power cord and the phone line have both been cut. The phone can't be used. Open the door to the bathroom. The mirror is stained but still functional. I can see myself in it. I peer in the mirror in the dark. I don't see anything, but it still creeps me out. I'll get back investigating. The bathtub is stained with dust and slime. The trash can has a giant crack in it. Probably happened when it was knocked over. Second floor? The vase holds some cheap fake flowers. A large air conditioning unit. It's tinted yellow, maybe from tobacco resin. Open the door to the bathroom. A thin layer of dust coats the mirror everywhere but one spot, which is wiped clean. If I squint, the clean portion looks like a hand. Does this belong to someone who snuck in here? Or is it the work of something else? Toilet paper is stuck to the bottom of the trash can, but other than that, it's empty. A Spanish donkey lies on the corner of the room. The part looks like its neck was broken and the head is missing. Inside the glass case are whips and ropes. They're rather shoddily made. I doubt they'd survive being used. There's an unnatural space along the wall. Going by the stain, it's likely something once hung here. There's a door leading to the bathroom, but it won't open. Okay, I put my hand on the door and try pulling. It doesn't move at all. I see. Try opening it while pushing from another direction. Which direction is that? One not involved with it opening or closing, so from the side. Try pulling on the frame again and I'll try out my idea. I pull on it again as I'm told. Diamond puts his hand on the side of the knob and leans his way toward the hinge. Then, the door, which had stubbornly refused to open, now abruptly pops open. Wow, it actually opened. Just a little life wisdom. I live in an old traditional house, so I deal with my fair share of troublesome doors. Makes sense. You never know what's going to come in handy. There might be something inside. After all, this guest room seems different. Yeah, we should be careful. Open the door to the bathroom. There are dark red stains by the sink drain. Seems to be dried blood. Someone must have lost a lot of blood going by how much is on the floor. What the hell happened here? There's a shelf stuck to the wall. It's lined with hairdressing products, cologne, and lotion. Some of the bottles still have a bit of liquid left, but most are empty. I check through all the bottles on the shelf. I find a tube that still has something left inside. Maybe toothpaste? I look at the label. Vaseline. White petroleum. Or white petroleum? It's used as lubricant and moisturizers. I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know. Might come in handy. I don't know if that's a typo or what exactly. For all I know, that actually could be legit. The toilet's sectioned off the glass door. The wallpaper isn't particularly dirty either. Looks like it's been taken good care of. I go inside and flush the toilet. The toilet lets out a horrible coughing noise and spits up some black water. When I look up, I notice something stuck on the side of the tank. Talisman. There's a bathroom sectioned off the glass. Looks like it has a rather extravagant bathtub. When I shine the light through the glass door, I find trash lying in the bathtub. People need to learn to clean up after themselves. I step inside and dig around the bathtub. I immediately notice a large object that looks like a small log. What's this? I stare at it until I realize what it is. Daimon seems shocked. It might be a little late to be saying this, but you really are impressive, Light. Touching that without gloves, I know. I'd be in a full hazmat suit by the time I came back here. So I guess we're keeping the head. And they were worried about Banshee, just saying. The vase holds some cheap fake flowers. Hold on, we're still on the third. I shine my flashlight through the safety window. There's only empty darkness inside. The delivery must not be stopped on this floor. picture of a masked woman walking with a cane. It's an object with an iron cover. I think it's some kind of electrical device. How do I interact with this? Did I miss something somewhere? It's the door to the elevator. I shine my flashlight through the safety window. We're on the second floor, by the way. I can see inside the elevator. Seems to be stopped on the second floor. I try pulling on the elevator door. It moves slightly if I put all my weight into it. It's impossible to open it alone, but if I had some help I might be able to force it open. Want to give it a try? Lend me a hand. Alright, I'll show you what I'm capable of now that I've gotten healthier. On my count. 1, 2... We muster all our strength and force 2 or 3 times and try 2 or 3 times to force the doors open. Then... Whoa. There's the sound of something snapping and the doors suddenly slide open. Did we break it? Maybe. It's probably still okay. But now we can search inside the elevator. Let's go on in. By the way, in case you're ever wondering where I'm at after a jump like that, look in the top left corner because that'll give you your best clue. Manually opening the door with my hands and stepping in feels really weird. Daimon unconsciously closes the door once he comes inside. Doesn't leaving an elevator door open concern you? True. I think it was just habit that I didn't think about it. Still, are those spider webs on the ceiling? Yeah, looks like it. An enclosed area such as this would be a good place to spin a web. Now then, where should we check first? Believe it or not, this is actually not a good spot because you do not have a source of flies. Like, what's the point of building the web if there's nothing to go inside it? There are cables coming out of the hole in the top. Looks like a light used to be here, but was taken down for whatever reason. It's a hotel floor guide. It lists room numbers from the 1st floor to the 6th. So the VIP room is on the 6th floor. It's the only one with a different color. It's the elevator button panel. It has buttons for the 1st to the 5th. Going by how it looks from the outside, it doesn't seem to be broken. Wait, is it just me or is something off? It is indeed odd. The buttons only go up to the 5th floor. And yet... the floor guide says there's a 6th floor. That is quite concerning. Maybe you can only get to the 6th floor by using the stairs. I don't think so. It says the 6th floor has the deluxe suite. I've never heard of a VIP room that you can only get to using the stairs. That's a good point. They wouldn't make their guests of honor use the stairs. But then, what does this discrepancy mean? I suddenly remember how Banshee was fixated on the elevator. Like he somehow knew it held a secret all along. In the end, we'll just have to try to get it moving. Huh? Get what moving? This elevator. Looks like what Banshee was saying. Daimon stares at me, his face a mask of utter disbelief. You know Banshee has mysterious powers. Maybe we just need to bet on them. Though his idea has a huge hole in it. The problem is how we go about getting it to move. I don't have the slightest idea. I see now. I thought he was going to get irritated with me, but Daimon thinks about something for a while. Then he slowly starts talking. Light, to be honest. I've been giving it a lot of thought since then. A lot of thought to what? Why we survived. Or more, why the spirits were vanquished. I've been considering the reason. It's surprising to hear him talk about that. He speaks as if recounting something painful. The reason why it's clear that nothing physical was behind it. I get the feeling they were vanquished for a more meaningful reason. Otherwise, that soldier wouldn't have crumbled from just one hit with a chisel. Which leads me to one answer. The fights we experienced with the spirits weren't actual fights. More rituals with certain conventions. Rituals. Yes, just like religious ceremonies, rituals that are presented to the spirits. A ritual is a reenactment of something. Obviously, it doesn't actually take place. But maybe going through the motions satisfies those on the other side. Then one's purpose is accomplished. In our case, the spirits were vanquished. Then the marks disappeared. It's all conceptual, but it's a convincing argument, especially for those with personal experience. For example, we vanquished Hanahiko with lipstick and a hand mirror. But we were essentially reenacting his memories of his mother. And if you define a ritual as a reenactment, then that'd mean our fights were rituals. I understand that, but... Does this require a ritual too? That was my point. We must fix the elevator, that much is clear. But perhaps we only need a ritual. In other words, go through the motions. So he's saying we need to perform some kind of ritual to get to the elevator moving. It's almost like playing house. This isn't playtime. Rituals are serious. No adult will get excited over a groundbreaking ceremony. True. If this is the work of a being caught up in some delusion, like the spirits, a ritual might make something happen. The investigation was entrusted to you, therefore I leave the decision to you. Repairing ritual. There are cables coming out of the hole in the top. Looks like a light used to be here, but was taken down for whatever reason. Okay, I was wondering if we had to do something with that, but I guess not. Anyway, a little while ago I was trying to interact with the fuse box. We saw that on the 3rd floor. When we returned to the 3rd floor. This is interesting. Banshee is there. He's appreciating a painting on the wall and mumbling something. What's so interesting about that painting? What are you doing? You aren't planning on stealing that, are you? Huh, even I can tell this painting ain't worth a dime. I was just giving it a good look-see. These paintings seem to have a specific order to view them. See ya, I'm gonna go look somewhere else. Banshee disappears towards the stairs. It's an object with an iron cover. I think it's some kind of electrical device. I open the cover and peek inside. I don't know the actual name for it, but I find a device that looks like a circuit board. And of course it's broken. We'll have to fix this if we want to get to if we want the elevator to move. Just like the old man said, it normally doesn't move without electricity. Of course, we don't have to actually fix it, so long as we can get it moving. We'll only be performing a repairing ritual. That's all we can do. By the way, light. Daimon's face pales further as he groans. This stuff hanging everywhere. I think it's human hair. Sweat drips down my back. It certainly does look that way. Well, we can only ignore it for now. Yeah, good idea. Trying to put it from my mind, I reach out to the circuit board. Just then I notice something weird. What's that noise? When I hold my head close to the circuit board, I hear a faint buzzing. It's coming from the circuit board. Something might be vibrating inside it. That's often the case with electrical devices. You're right, it's vibrating. Touching the case with my fingers, I can feel the vibration. He was right. The board is vibrating. So that must be why. Daimon nods to himself. There aren't any spiderwebs here. What do you mean? Nothing. I'd expect this place to be covered with spiderwebs like the elevator. It was strange to see it wasn't. It's probably because of this noise. Spiders hate small vibrations like this. I've heard that's why they don't spin webs by motors or things like that. Huh. It's not really relevant. Now, what should we do about this? Circuit breaker. The central switch is badly damaged. Everything else looks like it's functioning fine. I tried pressing the switch, but it's broken, so I can't get it to stay. If I had something like a rubber band, I might be able to keep it in place. Well, we have this. I take out the contraceptive. This isn't its original purpose, but it's still rubber. If I stretch it, it should work like a rubber band. I stretch the contraceptive with both hands and hook it on the switch. It takes more strength than I expected. I managed to connect the ends and fix the switch in place. You're pretty imaginative. I use the contraceptive to repair the circuit breaker. It's a door to the elevator. I shine my flashlight through the safety window. So I guess I have to go back to the second floor. Well, we're gonna be in good shape by the time we finally exercise the spirit. It's the elevator button panel. It has buttons for the first to the fifth. Going by how it looks from the outside, it doesn't seem to be broken. There are buttons for the first to the fifth. I push one of the buttons. As I thought, nothing happens. There's a small keyhole above the operating buttons. I peer into the keyhole. That's the elevator's fire switch. If you stick the key in and turn it, it activates the elevator even in emergencies. Emergencies? What kind? I don't really recall. I think it can make the elevator move without closing the doors. According to Daimo, normal elevators stop moving if their doors are broken. But suppose you need to use it during an emergency. You'd need the key. This seems like a good time to use that. We did force the doors open after all. If we broke them while doing that, we might need to use the fire switch. Still, you're pretty well informed. I learned that during a disaster drill when I worked at a larger hospital. We were lectured to prepare us for anything that might happen. So that's why he knows so much. Do you have a key you think we can use? You should try it. I take the emergency keyring out of my bag and check the keys on it. I find a small key that has the word fire engraved on it. I stick it in the fire switch. I slowly turn it to the on position. But I can't turn it. It doesn't seem lubricated enough. If I try to force it, it might break. I think that's the right key, but you need to put some oil on it. Well, we have this. I smear the Vaseline around the keyhole. It's nothing more than a replacement for oil, but it might help the keys slide better. I take the emergency keyring out of my bag and check the keys on it. I find a small key that has the word fire engraved on it. I stick it in the fire switch. I slowly turn it to the on position. Something clicks. But nothing happens. Seems like I'll need something else to get the elevator moving. I take the emergency keyring out of the keyhole. Let me see. Touching coats my fingers with dust. 6th floor is a different color. Back on the ground floor, there are pictures of the guest rooms on the wall. It's the door to the elevator. It's a damaged circuit breaker. The copper bar is broken. That's the only place that's obviously damaged. I try moving the switch. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. I take out the spoon and place it on the bar. Metal conducts electricity, right? I see, so electricity will be able to pass through that. Yeah, I'm not sure it'll actually work, though. It might be enough for what we're trying to accomplish right now. I force the spoon behind the copper bar, and it sticks in place rather nicely. Huh, so we may need to take that back. I try pulling on the elevator door. It moves slowly if I put my weight into it, but based on what I can see from the window, the elevator isn't on this floor. I was kind of hoping you could call the thing, but... Up the stairs we go. Something clicks. Then... Whoa! The elevator automatically moves to the first floor. Diamond grunts and wipes sweat off his face. I can't believe it. It actually moved. Wait a second. You're the one who suggested we do a ritual. I suppose so. Still, I'm shocked. But now finally... Yeah, we might be able to go above the third floor. Exactly. Wonder what we'll find. The elevator has stopped at the fourth floor. Looks like we managed to make it up here. Yeah. Let's go. The gloomy hallway stretches out ahead of us. It doesn't look all that different from the lower floors. It's her. A red raincoat appears in the darkness. My grip on the flashlight becomes sweaty. That's... Daimon takes a step back. Sir, other people are unnecessary. You're the only one I want to see, sir. I don't like gross or scary things. She's calling me sir again. She seems like she'll listen to what I have to say. I should try asking her something this time. Anything, really. I just need a clue. Anything that can help save Hiro, who's suffering in pain at this very moment. Okay. Mind made up, I take a deep breath, but... Daimon stumbles over something and falls. Hey, are you okay? Sorry, nothing's wrong. Huh? Daimon falls silent as he tries to stand. I look over at him and immediately see it. The thing Daimon stumbled over is... Well, we found Banshee. Daimon instinctively scrambles back. What is that? Something that looks like a giant cocoon is sticking to the floor. I can see a scarf and hat entangled in the glittering thread. They look familiar. No, it can't be. Banshee? Old man, you're kidding! Banshee, can you hear me? Please, say something! Can you say something I understand? I hear a muffled voice from the cocoon. He's alive. Spiders. I quickly move to shoot them away, but I see a red figure out of the corner of my eye. Ellie... Daimon's so panicked he's unintelligible, but I know what he's trying to say. Escaping to the elevator is our only choice. Go, go! Together we rip Banshee up off the floor. Carrying him like a log, we stumble to the elevator. We fall into the elevator and I repeatedly slam the button for the first floor. Banshee, can you hear me? Hey, say something. Daimon tries to give Banshee medical treatment. Damn it, he's no longer responding. His body's going rigid. As Daimon focuses on helping Banshee, I see something black soaring by his shoulder. Daimon. Huh? I blink and suddenly the entire elevator is filled with wriggling shadows. They come in one after another. Really bad time for this, the recording's screwing up. I bend over and yell loud enough to wreck my throat. The spider's visible stop moving for a moment. They're still coming. We need something stronger. I take the massager out of my bag, press it against the wall, and turn it on. A growling vibration runs through the walls. The spiders suddenly start acting strangely. The creatures vanish instantly, as if they'd only been a mirage. What's going on? Yeah, I was desperate, but I can't believe that thing had a big enough vibration to scare them. As I'm puzzling out why. Something slams into the elevator door hard. Hurry up and get the elevator going. Right, I need to hit a button. But then I realize I already pushed the button a ton of times. I press the button for the first floor again. It only clicks. This metal box is stranding us. Why isn't it moving? Whoa. It's her! Hurry! Hurry! It's obvious who she is. Move, move, move! I pray silently as I jam the button. Then... we stumble out of the elevator without checking to see where we stopped. We're in the first floor lobby. Did we escape? Yeah. For whatever reason, the elevator decided to move at the very last second. I doubt my brain actually worked, but... I'm not sure what happened, but I think we're safe. I breathe a sigh of relief. Typo. And a figure appears in the gloom. What are you guys in there? Ada? You're both covered in sweat. Did something happen? Of course something. Wait, Ada, did you call the elevator down here? What? Yeah, I mean, it looked like it worked, so did I do something wrong? Ada holds himself back timidly. Sounds like he thinks I'm mad at him. Daimon silently steps up to him. Then suddenly gives him a hug. Thank you, Ada. Well done. If you hadn't been here, we would have... True, you couldn't ask for better timing. I can't be more grateful that Suzu contacted Ada. What's most important right now? Oh, that's right. He needs emergency treatment. Come help me with him, Ada. Okay. Completely clueless, Ada helps us drag the white lump out of the elevator. What is this creepy thing? I hesitate for a moment before I reply. But he should know. Banshee Ito. The old man from the underground shelter. What? Whoa, idiot! Don't drop him! Banshee had it coming. I don't get back to Kujo Mansion until almost midnight. My exhausted body groans in pain as I collapse onto the sofa. My head feels heavy like it's in a fog. To top it off, things are worse than yesterday now. Banshee was sent to Daimo's hospital and immediately admitted. He's no longer conscious, and untrained eyes would say he's just sleeping, but he's actually fallen into a deep coma. His condition is very serious. To be honest, I wanted to go along and do something to help, but Daimon chased me out of the hospital. He said I'm overworked and sleep-deprived. Ada stayed behind at least. Not that he's replacing me, but it's good he's there. I'm frustrated with myself for thinking he'd be useless. Once everything is over, I definitely need to thank Suzu. First Hiro and now Banshee. At this rate, even if I keep investigating, if I don't find any clues, thinking about it makes my stomach hurt. Those two might never recover, and that's just assuming their conditions stabilize. If they get worse, something even more terrible could happen. I put my head in my hands and sigh. The red raincoat flashes in the darkness. What should I do? How do I have to keep investigating tomorrow. Once I finish looking through these documents, I should head straight to bed.